Hi, Scott Sattler, Managing Director of Complete Corporate Services. The following educational presentation covers modules surrounding topics demonstrating how lawyers can use investigators to assist in areas of law such as commercial, family, criminal, and personal injury. I hope you find the use of investigators by the legal industry helpful.
Module 10, Managing Investigators. All professionals briefed by lawyers need to be briefed formally. This ensures that proper instructions are provided and documented and that the investigator understands the client's objectives. Legal practitioners frequently brief counsel and experts and are familiar with this process. Briefing investigators is similar in terms of providing comprehensive instructions in writing. However, often the scope of such instructions will be more limited. Although investigation is a regulated industry, we suggest that you exercise further controls due to the nature of the type of works being undertaken. Although many investigators have substantial experience and qualifications, some do not. Evidence produced needs to be obtained lawfully. It is important that the lawyer ensures that the investigator is aware of the importance of only obtaining evidence lawfully, or it may mean valuable evidence cannot be used. Reports needed to be relied upon and not enhanced to suit your client's position. A high level of communication is required. The nature of investigations can be difficult to control. One inquiry can produce 10 further leads. One lead can be investigated within 1 hour, whereas another witness may have 10 hours of information and 2,000 documents. It is important to control the scope of the investigation. The fundamental piece of advice is that if you are going to work with an investigator, work closely and control the investigation each step of the way. A good investigator will work with you, with your objectives, within your scope, and will provide ongoing information in phases and comply with time and cost. Here are some further guidelines. Due diligence. Does your investigation company have a clear vision, mission statement, and value proposition that aligns with your objectives? It is pointless engaging an investigator who specializes in factual insurance investigations or spousal activity in a commercial litigation matter, as this isn't in line with your objectives. The investigator's vision, mission statement, and value proposition must align with your project's strategy. Government licensing. Investigators must be government licensed, and unless they operate as a sole practitioner, their corporate entity must also hold a corporate license. Don't be afraid to ask for a copy of this. Standards, quality assurance, privacy, and code of business practice. Does the investigator or investigator company have in place the required standards for you to do business? Is work being supervised? Is work quality assured and signed off on prior to delivery? What is the investigator's position on privacy? These factors are important as they go to the heart of the possession of information. Privilege and confidentiality. Does the investigator understand the law of privilege? In Australia, legal professional privilege protects the confidential privileged communications from disclosure under compulsion of statute or court. The privilege is attached to the client, not the lawyer. Legal professional privilege permits parties, such as external investigators, to discuss information and matters freely with solicitors without being concerned that such material will form evidence in legal proceedings. It is important to demonstrate that services are engaged for the dominant purpose of providing legal advice in relation to proceedings or preparing for imminent legal proceedings. Is there an understanding that the investigator will likely be subject to your client's right of privilege and that there is no right whatsoever to provide such to any party except yourself and your client? Is there an understanding of confidentiality and the necessity for such in all matters? You need to ensure the investigator you engage is aware of these crucial matters. Cybersecurity, file security storage, backup, and access. To what extent does the investigator go to ensure data security and prevent data security breaches? If your client's information and your information, as well as important evidence, is located as part of investigations, it needs to be adequately protected. Proper cybersecurity involves the use of high-quality hardware, high-quality software and firewalls, and enhanced employee processes. This includes and should be applied to desktop computers, laptops, cell phones, tablets, hard drives, Xbox, online cloud-based servers, security cameras or devices, or any device on the company or computer network that would potentially allow an intrusion. Furthermore, you need to consider if all data is backed up for business continuity purposes. For example, if your investigator was to die on the job. Although this may seem like a far-fetched example, there are many reasons why you may suddenly lose the ability to contact your investigator or locate information. Always back up information that is provided to you and ensure your investigator also has their own backup procedures in place. Hard copy file security. Is there a policy regarding secure file storage and destruction? Policies. Are there written policies and processes in place that guide investigation staff? Precedents. Are precedents used to enhance efficiency and professionalism? Training. What level of training or formal qualifications does the investigator possess? How does the investigation company train and update its personnel? Could something be documented in a report that may expose your client to further liability? Contacts and network. Does the investigator have good contacts or a network? Using a number of investigators in a lengthy 2-year endeavour to locate a bankrupt, his trustee referred the file to another investigator who had good contacts, with instructions to locate the bankrupt. When examining the file, it was revealed that the trustee was a former owner of a well-known large vessel. Through one telephone call to a connection in the marine industry, the trustee's new address was identified, as was his new 52 Sunseeker vessel. During later surveillance, it was established that the bankrupt was running 3 large cash flow businesses which had failed to be reported to the trustee. Operational system and process map. Does the investigator or investigation company have a clear process map where each step from instruction to invoice is documented? Planning. Does the investigator or investigation company plan and manage tasks as a project using strategies such as work breakdown structure, laddering, sequencing to ensure work is completed efficiently, on time and within budget? Communication. How good is the investigator or investigation company at communicating? Will regular updates or other communication be provided, keeping you on top of the matter? Ensuring that communication is regular means that you can also provide your own client with regular updates. Legal. In each set of instructions, does your investigator understand relevant legislation relating to the investigation, including but not limited to privacy, trespass, entering by deceit, recording of conversations legally, obtaining evidence, continuity of evidence, scene preservation, and data preservation? Transparency. Is the investigator clear, honest, and transparent in their dealings with you and the information they provide? Notes. Investigators must record all events via handwritten or electronic notes and preserve and provide such to practitioners where required. Running sheets. Running sheets software or project management software must record all events, including time and outlays. This is similar to legal time costing software. Running sheets and notes are important to support the admission or evidence gathered. Recording of evidence. Investigators must be proficient at recording evidence via executed statements, legal oral recordings, and video or photographic surveillance. Physical evidence must be collected appropriately, preserved, and recorded. Due dates. Investigations are worthless to you unless they meet with your due dates. Like other project management, investigators must meet these obligations. Progress reports. Regular progress reports are essential to keep you on top of what is going on. They also allow you to manage the investigation and direct it, making important decisions that are in the best interest of your client. Progress reports represent the nature of the multidisciplinary process between you, your client, the investigator, and other professionals. Reports. Each investigation must conclude with a formal report that is factual and without opinion. Such reports should introduce and produce evidence. Where a report is not required, you should direct such to be provided. Invoicing. Invoices from investigators should be transparent and particularise hours, costs, outlays, and sundries. Following instructions. Importantly, the formal outcome of each and every job must align with your instructions. A good investigator will revisit your instructions prior to the submission of any work.
Thanks for participating in the presentation. We hope you found it valuable. If you require further information or assistance, please don't hesitate to contact Complete Corporate Services via email, operations@completecorp.com.au, or call us 1300 911 334.